That's the blind.
Let's try this. Come here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a chair.
There's chairs in the garage for your table. No.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guys, know the angle is kind of weird today. You don't have to move that close. But here we are with the usual Saturday Q&As, and this time I have a very special guest in forms of my brother.
Hello.
But yeah, we'll basically both be here to answer questions, so nothing will change for today's Q&A. The only difference being is that my brother will be here also, which means me and him will also talk about stuff, along with answering bunches of questions for you guys. And like before for my anniversary, just in case you guys did not get a good peek at it, I have my own desk now with papers and pens for Q&A videos. So that'll make it infinitely easier for the videos and stuff. So that way I don't have to go ahead and get papers over and over again, or even do it before the stream. I have them here already. So let me just make sure that the live chat is enabled. Wait for a few people to get in here, and then we shall start with the usual, with answering questions. We'll talk and everything, and we'll go from there. So yeah. I'm gonna get a drink here real quick, and you guys are more than comfortable than telling what if ideas and such. Oh, and by the way, guys, sorry if this is happening a bit later in the day. And that is his phone. You might want to put that on silent for the next hour. But anyways, we basically had to work around stuff to get this even fit in for the day, which I was probably going to get it fit in for the day anyway. But yeah. So, and one more thing I got to do is turn off that lamp because it is blocking out proper lighting. There we go. Now you are able to see my face a lot better, as well as his. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna wait for some people to get in here. Got paper for what if ideas. Now, unfortunately, I was planning on, whenever I did my 2-year anniversary, for more people being in there, but many of people weren't, which isn't a big deal. If it was my 1-year anniversary, then I would care a little bit more. But Yeah, I see it. Hello, Mark Hoffman, the Goat Edits. What's the first one? What if Shiva killed Negan? Someone recommended me that already, and at first the plot seems obvious. Like Shiva kills Negan, the day's basically saved, but I think that I saved that one because I actually found a convenient story behind it. So, yeah, that one will be done in the future. But while we're at it, get yourself a little bit more into camera view, just so that the...
Maybe if I get, like, behind, because you're short.
No, you're going a little bit ways from the camera.
Yeah, I can't.
What you basically need to do is just get your face a little bit more in the view. That's all. You're good in there. Just as long as it's like the corner or something, they get a general idea. It doesn't matter. Just as long as they know that I'm actually talking to someone. I could have done with what I did with Kaz and just did audio for this, but that didn't feel right for a Q&A. But anyways, while you guys are recommending ideas for the usual Saturday Q&A, we shall talk about ideas and stuff like that ourselves. Nice
Thank you.
hair. I think they're talking to you.
Thank you.
The funny thing is, some other people in my comments for another Q&A, it was like my second one or something, or even my third one. They were like, one person was like, nice rock Daryl Dixon hair. And I'm like, nah, this is, I mean, yes and no. I mainly grew it out because I wanted to. And one person even thought I was a girl. And it wouldn't be the first person to call me a girl because of my hair. What if Jadis gave Negan to the CRM in season 8? I have that one down too. That was from either my last Q&A or the one before. So what would be an idea for you? What would be a what if that you would want to see? And it doesn't have to be just The Walking Dead.
Give me a sec. Yeah, I just need to really think about that one.
It's a lot to think about. Potential scenarios and stuff like that. Took me forever to come up with half of the ideas on this channel. Heck, half of the ideas that people recommend, I don't consider until like months, even years later, because at the time, they just don't seem like plausible scenarios. So yeah, I understand if it takes a minute to think of one.
Have you watched like a decent bit of Pokemon, like with Ash and all that?
I have a Pokemon movie, which has like 5 movies in one.
Okay.
Of Pokemon Advanced, and then I have Pokemon Advanced the full collection. But that's like into Pokemon. That's not the beginning.
So you know who Ash Ketchum is, like main
Duh.
character. Okay. So you know he came from his town, searching to become Pokemon Master, that type thing.
Let's be honest. If you do not know about Pokemon and you are over the age of at least 10,
no,
you have not lived your life.
Have you seen the new Pokemon stuff? That's like stupid. Ash isn't even in the show.
That's because he quit. And the only reason that I know that is because I go on Google Stories, like I've told you before, and I basically saw that, he quit. And the show basically becomes like a different generation. Let's be honest, Ash was the prime for Pokemon for a very long time, but they weren't going to do that forever. You have to change it up eventually.
Yeah, but
what's your point?
What if he never left his hometown? What if he never got into Pokemon battling? Just never went to the
I will
town.
write that down because that's a decent idea.
Yeah, because
but-
some episodes.
And Pokemon's actually on one, because I made a list after I watched the MCU. Harry Potter was one of the things, and then I wrote a bunch of different shows and stuff down. That's why I put down Harry Potter and stuff.
Yeah,
And
like,
Pokemon's on that list of stuff to watch.
yeah, like, because in some movies and all that, the town or cities like getting completely destroyed by something.
And the name of his town is Pallet Town. I only know that because in the Pokemon Advanced theme song, it goes like, a kid from Pallet Town, and it goes on. Yeah, so it basically spoiled that. And also he says it a lot. Like a lot.
Like, he wouldn't have ever had Pikachu. He would still be...
Yeah, Pikachu would have been like somebody else's Pokemon. I'm not going to say he wouldn't exist because, oh, no, he would definitely exist. But
Yeah.
he would just be... Heck, he could have been Team Rocket's Pokemon. Anyway, I'm going to look at the comments here. Can you do Jigsaw what ifs or no? Actually, yes. Yes, I can. The only thing is, whenever I watched Saw like a while back, this is like not a year, but close to a year back, I wrote down like Saw what ifs, but then I canceled it all because it seemed confusing, especially after Jigsaw. But now I have Saw on one of the lists of stuff to watch. So yeah, I could do Saw what ifs, just don't expect them for a pretty decently long time because I have millions of projects saved.
What if Negan never captured Glenn, Daryl, Michonne, and
Rosita,
and brought them to the lineup?
Someone recommended me that before, and that really wouldn't change anything because they were all there regardless of the lineup. The most that would do is they would probably try and fight the Saviors early because of Daryl being around. But the most I can say is that really, and that just the items wouldn't be around those walkers' necks. Because if you remember, the items like Daryl's thing and Michonne's jack, it was a whole thing. It wouldn't be that much of a difference. What if the presidents all was in The Walking Dead, and who's that with you? First off, can you maybe explain that one a little bit more? And this is my brother. It says so in the title. The Q&A today is with my brother because he's visiting, and I figured I wanted to include him. What if, while Detective Hoffman was in The Walking Dead, what if Rick Grimes was a detective solving murderers? Also explain that one a little bit more. You might want to explain both of your things there, Sweet Kazark. What if Adam survived in Saw 1? You know what? Since that's Saw 1, I can at least save that one. But any other Saw ones, unless they're good ideas, I'd have to wait to watch the series over again. Because, like I said, I scrapped all my ideas before. But I can write that one down. That's from Saw 1. Just as long as it's a good idea. But that one's good. Because that's an obvious one. That's one you really want to see. He could have become an apprentice of Jigsaw, like Dr. What's his name? Dr. Gordon. What if Rick met Negan before he became a savior? Well, I actually made what if Lucille never died? Like, what if Lucille survived? So you can think of that, like, in a way. I made one of the scenarios like Negan joins Rick's group or joins Oceanside or joined, like, this group. So that kind of goes with that in general. What if Rick was a psychopath? That kind of already happened. because once you hit past season 3, especially after Lori died, that definitely made him a psychopath. He became more bloodlust. He bit a guy's neck out, and he bit the claimer's Joe's throat out, and yeah, I think he was already a psychopath.
What if the group found the kingdom instead of Alexandria?
People have recommended me that before, and all I can say is that I can't do that. I can't do. The only places that I see Rick's group going are either meeting Negan before Alexandria or going to Alexandria, because I can't find plausible stories behind Kingdom, Oceanside, or Hilltop. Honestly, I feel that the stories would have been far too connected. It would have made for just a simple discussion. It wouldn't make for a good story. Do you think anything would change if Jimmy and Patricia made it off the farm? Oh, I have Jimmy living in other what ifs, and he becomes central for Beth's character, but Patricia, nah. I really don't think it would have mattered. You know, like the president's AI thing. Huh?
The president AI thing. I'm trying to think.
Because he asked, what if the president's AI was in The Walking Dead? I don't get that.
In what show? Like
The Walking Dead.
No, I know like it comes in The Walking Dead, but where did it originate?
The president's AI. I really don't get what he's talking about.
Yeah, like.
And what was the other question that he asked? He asked, like, what if Hoffman was something in The Walking Dead? Or something like that.
What if...
Oh, someone retracted a message.
What?
One of the world never turns zombie for Rick, but he had to do something else like Saw. So, what you're saying is basically The Walking Dead doesn't happen. So basically what you're saying is The Walking Dead doesn't happen, and Rick becomes like one of Jigsaw's apprentices? I think I could do something like that. But no, I have Jigsaw going into The Walking Dead, so I could maybe include that. And Detective Hot Male, what's one of the prodigy in the movie, and saw how basically asking if he was in The Walking Dead. So basically, you're asking if Detective Hoffman was in The Walking Dead. I know who he is. I just didn't understand your question. But I have Jigsaw being in The Walking Dead, so heck, I could include them. It just depends. What if your brother was in The Walking Dead? I've done What If I Was in The Walking Dead, but I never asked him. What do you think?
It depends what, like, where am I? Like, sometimes sometimes I'm at my friend's house, grandma's, I'm here, mom's, like, it depends really where I am. Like, give me a scenario where I am, and I can probably answer that question better.
Well, they asked me, like, what if you were in this group or something like that? Because whenever I made What If I Was in The Walking Dead, I did, like, my general location, even though disclosing my location I didn't feel comfortable with, but I still did it. I just didn't say exactly where I lived. But I said I'd basically have a bunker, what weapons I'd have, and what I would do. And then I said I'd do a remake of, like, joining other groups. What if Eric Matthews survived Saw 4? Yeah, I could do that. You know what? You're actually saving me from having to write these down when I watch Saw again, so thank you. Plus, that's kind of in the future anyway, so...
Yeah,
thanks.
it really depends, like, where I am. Like, what group am I, like... Give me, like, a group general weapon, and I could probably give you a little bit more.
Okay, so we are 20 minutes into the Q&A, and we have 3 ideas. What if Ash Ketchum never left Palatown? What if Adam survived Saw 1? And what if Eric Matthews survived?
At the dumpster, who do you think Negan would pick as the second victim?
In my what if Madison's family joined Rick, my ongoing series as of now, I actually have Nicholas killing Glenn there and him surviving. And then the victim after Abraham is Owen, but that's only because he survived. If Owen still died in that scenario, the victim, I think, really would have either been Daryl, because he punched Negan, or, that's kind of tough, really. I would really think that either it would have been Daryl or Rick, even, because if you think about it, who else would he have to pick? No one else seemed really, threatening. He picked Glenn, I think, out of spite, really, and because Glenn already lashed out. That's the thing. So it would have had to have been Daryl or Rick. I love the Saw franchise. Cool. What if Maggie died instead of Sasha, so she goes and supply runs Rosita instead? I forget whenever she died. If you could give me a little bit more context, I might be able to make that work. But there's not too many Maggie scenarios dying I can do. People already recommended me a lot, and doing any more, I probably don't have any more in me. What if Michonne was on the dumpster instead of Glenn with Nicholas? Well, then she probably... Oh, I know instantly what would have happened. Simply put, Nicholas's cowardice, she probably, once Nicholas shot himself, she probably would have just stopped him from doing it and just maybe used her sword to, push him into the horde and then, run off. Or she would have sliced him herself. That would have been even cooler and would have worked. But Michonne definitely would have been more, what's the word? She would have handled the situation better. Not to say that Glenn didn't, but I think that ultimately it would have been the same either way. Characters would have still survived. The only thing that would have been different is that we wouldn't have that Glenn death fake out. And we had a bunch of those. What if Hoffman never wrote the letter to Amanda, which got her killed? Well, I think that he would have done it regardless, because let's face it, Hoffman and Amanda, in their own general way, while under the influence of Jigsaw, were unstable. They were uncontrollable. They basically did half the time whatever they wanted. And since Hoffman knew that and already didn't like Amanda, Amanda basically taunted Hoffman whenever she said she wasn't going anywhere. So the reason that Hoffman wrote that note is because Amanda basically, she signed her own death warrant at that point. Basically oh, I'm going to taunt this guy who may or may not know that I was there the night that Jigsaw's baby died. And Hoffman's just oh, I got you, and pull the trump card. So he probably would have done it regardless. Because Eugene gave Sasha the pill since Abraham just died, so Maggie would probably want the pill since Glenn just died. I didn't think of it that way. That's another decent Maggie scenario. I didn't think of it that way. That's actually a pretty dang good idea. There's not too many Maggie scenarios that people have recommended me that I could do now since I've already been like recommended a good bit, but that one that's actually pretty decent.
What if
No apocalypse happened? I have that one written down, and I have people in The Walking Dead, like, what would they do? They would probably still go about their normal lives. But I'm still going to do it because it's interesting to see what everybody's jobs were.
If
Mercer found Merle. I have Merle going to other locations, and the Commonwealth is one of them. What if Maggie died instead of... What are your pronouns?
like male, female, that type of thing.
I think we have another person confusing whether or not I am a guy. It's kind of old at this point, but it's more or less like people in real life also do it, and I think they're talking about me mainly. It's he, him, because I'm a guy. And if you don't know any people that are guys that have long hair, look at The Walking Dead, look at shows and movies, look in real life. There are guys with long hair. Get educated. I'm sorry, but it's just facts, yo. Just because a guy has long hair don't mean he can't be a guy.
Wait a minute, you
Never seen one video of prisoners of President's AI. Oh.
It's a show?
Apparently.
President's AI. I'm Googling this.
What if the governor was in the train car at Terminus?
President's AI show.
That would be kind of impossible.
Oh, it's the YouTube videos where it's
Oh,
the president's playing. That's what popped up.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. The president's AI. It's just those videos of where.
Yeah, they play video. The president.
If that was in The Walking Dead, that wouldn't even work. That just makes it even more nonsensical. What if the governor was in the train car at Terminus? Well, he was near death, so I don't think that would happen. And I've already done a what if the governor was at Terminus, so you're going to have to check out that video. Yeah, I already made what if the governor went to Terminus, so I don't really want to do kind of rehashed material, because the setup for that would be basically the same. I'm going to catch up on comments. If Woodbury and Terminus met, who would win? Already made a video about that. It's just after season 4, so Woodbury's not involved. What if Abraham's family joined the Atlanta camp? Well, I can't do anything about Abraham's family. All I can do is Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene, and people have already recommended me ideas about that. So, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just bad in English. What I'm trying to say is, what if Rick was going after Sawkiller? Oh, okay. All right. So, I get what he's saying now.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically saying, what if Rick was in the Saw franchise? So Rick Grimes' character exists, but it's modeled into the Saw universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a pretty dang good idea, because Rick would fit there. There were plenty of cops in the Saw franchise. There was Kincaid, Hoffman, Strom, Tapp. What if Abraham didn't save Eugene? Well, people have asked me about that before. I've said, what if Eugene joined Negan, like Abraham rejected him and then he went to Negan? So honestly, I think Eugene would just find another group. What if Dr. Gordon died instead of Adam? Yeah, I think I could do that. What if Dr. Gordon died? Finally, we're getting some, like, not just Walking Dead ideas. Not to say I don't love the Walking Dead ideas, guys, because you guys given me a lot over the past few Q&As. But I'm just saying that it's nice to see some, like, change in variety. What I'm saying. No, this is just the guy doing our comments. And then what if Negan killed the governor at the lineup? Yeah, I think that's just a follow-up to, like, his original idea. Y'all creepy for real? Huh?
Why?
How? How are we creepy? This is just a normal Q&A, my guy. Like, how are we creepy? No, if we wanted to be creepy, just because it's Halloween don't mean we're creepy. We'd have to get, like, masks on or something, like friggin' Jigsaw or, like, Ghostface masks to make ourselves creepy. Cover our faces in face paint. We're not creepy. What if Daryl died instead of Glenn? Because if you think about it, the group would still win because Rick and Michonne would be there, and in the future, and if Rick charges at Negan, Aaron could have died. I think I've made what if Negan killed Daryl? No, I didn't make it, but I might have saved it. And there's many situations where you need Daryl, but at that point, I've scrapped that several times, but I think I could do something with it. It's just kind of hard. What if Negan and Rick's groups were allies instead? I've had that happen before in my what if the governor went to Terminus, they were allies. And in my what if Easton survived that I just finished, spoiler alert, they will be allies. It's happened a few times. What if the Atlanta group and the Vatos gang teamed up? You know, I have a what if about the Vatos gang. Like, what if the Vatos gang kidnapped Beth instead of Dawn? But I never thought for them to join the group because there's not too many of them that there's not too many of them that are, like, out there, like, noticeable. You can read some if you want.
What if Daryl did not care? Basically, Daryl doesn't help the group ever, but still survives.
He kind of already was like that, but he helped out a lot. He was like that at first, but then into season 2, that kind of changed.
No, even in season 2, he still didn't help out once they found out she was a zombie.
Sophia?
Mm-hmm, Sophia.
What if Carl went missing instead of Sophia? I think someone might have recommended me that. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Sophia would officially become the new Carl. That's something to think about right there.
Oh, wouldn't Rick Grimes also have more depression once
he finds him in the barn?
Mm-hmm. And also...
Oh, duh, because it's his son.
And when his wife dies.
Yeah.
And then he will literally only have his daughter. And then that's, like, it.
Yeah. Carl and Judith were the only thing that kept him going.
Oh, and if you think about it, anyone that wore the hat, the Rick Grimes hat, died.
Not Judith. But
Yeah,
you haven't seen that far into the show.
Yeah.
What if Daryl... Oh, you already read that one. What if Rick never changed?
What do you mean by changed? Like, became like a psychopath, killing
People have recommended me that idea before. I just never understand it. What if AMC actually ran the show? That's kind of hard to think about. What if Morgan and Dwayne came to the farm after hearing Rick on the talkie and joined the group there? I think I have Morgan and Dwayne joining at some point. One of you guys recommended me that idea, but that one in particular, whatever guy you recommended me about them joining is all I can do, really. What if Jigsaw, aka John Kramer, kidnapped Rick Grimes and Mark Hoffman, and they were chained up in the bathroom, Saw 1, and Amanda helped Jigsaw kidnapping him? Well, I already have Rick joining the Saw franchise, so that's all I can do there. If I include him in more than one concept, it will just become redundant, and then I won't like the idea. What if Maggie left for Texas instead of Morgan? You're gonna have to explain. I don't see how I don't understand. Are you a EDP? What's that? You could look it up because I'm obviously using my phone. I don't know why I'm saying for them to explain.
What's an EDP?
According to TechTarget, electronic data processing refers to the gathering of data using electronic devices, such as computers, servers, or calculators. It is another term for automatic information processing.
So you're basically thinking of me or him with our What If channel, like EDP means an excellent describing person. Yes, I most certainly am. I will not doubt that, 100% not. If I look at a scenario or something, as I've grown up, what ifs are so awesome to me because it explores another universe, something better. Or something more awful. Who cares? What if the governor took up Rick's offer to try and live in the prison? I already have that video done. You just have to look for it on my channel. What if Rick woke up later in the series? It would have to depend on how much later. He means if Maggie left for fear instead of Morgan. Yeah, I like that one.
Oh.
Hold on. I saw comments. What if Maggie left for Texas instead of Morgan? Was in fear instead of Morgan. Yeah, I think I could make that work. Hold on.
2 people have said it.
What does pedo mean? Look that up. I feel like I should know this stuff.
Yeah, because they're saying no. Say no.
And just type it in. Pedo.
Pedo.
Why do I not? I feel like I should know what that means. Really? Really? Who's the one who sent me the EDP comment? Lemonhead. I'm going to say right now, get out of here. Get out of here right now. Because I do not tolerate that kind of talk on this channel. Okay, at first I thought you were being nice, but no, I will absolutely not accept talk like that.
Yeah, the other people were trying to warn you.
Get out. Let's just ignore that. What if the Saviors discovered Alexandria before Rick and company arrived? Well, to put it simply, Rick and company would have been doomed, and they would have... It basically would be like, what if Rick met Negan before Alexandria, and they would have just been doomed? What if Rick was exiled from Alexandria? I could do that. Even though it's impossible because of how much his people loved him, if it really came down to it, this could have turned Rick even darker. I don't know why. I thought of the idea once at first and I ignored it because I didn't think anything would come of it. What if Morgan never saved Rick? Well, then it would be like, what if Rick was never in a coma? Or what if he stayed in the coma and he would have never found his family? The whole series would have been doomed. And yeah, you take out a main character like that way early on in the story, the story's done, essentially. Simon says do a push-up. Well, Nick says that's not going to happen. Because this is Nick's channel. What if there was never Terminus? Well, then that would take about a half a season's content out of The Walking Dead, and the characters would have way different character progression. That's all I can say. Could you do What If Simon Killed Negan remake? Well, if you can give me a little to go on that would work for a remake, then maybe. What's happened?
Oh, it's because Lemonhead said all that and they've been trying to warn you away.
Oh, they're going at it because, oh my God, what is these comments? Oh my God. He's doing censor. What if Daryl blew up the bridge instead of Rick? Then Daryl would have been rescued by the CRM. That's a good idea. Why don't I think of this stuff?
No clue.
No one asked you. I got McDonald's. Fantastic. I work at McDonald's. Hey, you gay. No. Why do people ask me these questions? And yes, Lemon, get out. Like, what are... and it's not funny. I saw the comments, and do you have a Discord kit? No. Leave. Okay? Like, I thought you were being cool at first, calling me an excellent describing person, but no. Get out of here. I will not tolerate that kind of behavior on this channel. Absolutely not. I've had 2 to 3 mean comments on this channel for 2 years, and I am not going to have a 4th. Leave. I will literally... This comment section was born at the local Goodwill, I swear. Well, technically, Lemon started it. I thought he was, talking good about me at first, and then he freaking, jokes around and acts like this isn't a big deal. It is a big deal, because you're calling me, a criminal. And then we get this guy over here, where is it? I gotta look. And then we get this Maya Bennett, who's asking if I'm gay. And I'm like, I can't even look at the regular comments because, I don't know. And you can't say sorry. That doesn't work like that, dude.
Sorry only works, rarely.
What if Eugene found a way to take over a villain group? I don't mean any Pacific group, or specific. Any group. Well, it basically comes down to Eugene joining another group other than Abraham. I could do that. You know what? I'm gonna write that down on the back of my sheet. Eugene joining other places like Merle, Shane, Sophia, like I've mentioned before, and we'll see if that works. So I'll write on the back of my sheet, Eugene joining other groups like ones I have down. What are you doing?
Cracking my neck.
Oh. What if Negan and Lucille joined the Atlanta camp? I have Lucille surviving, and that's one of the things. What if Alpha killed Rosita, Eugene, and Gabriel? Like, Jesus! I thought one of them would be a change. You're telling me to kill all three. I think I could do separate scenarios, but nah. I mean, they were all closely affiliated. So, I mean, I guess. I'll look at the comments here in a second. What if Alpha killed Rose? I got it. I can only do one comment at a time. I try to, like, I try to, look at them one comment at a time. I'm very weird like that.
No, it's funny because this person and Lemonhead are going back and forth.
I'm aware of that. Trust me.
Like, trade phone numbers or whatever and fight then.
No. It's not their fault. It's not Mark's fault. It's Lemon's fault because he.
No, I'm not saying it's Mark's fault. Mark's not doing anything wrong.
What if the Rock? Oh, real quick. What if Shane was in the Jigsaw franchise? So instead of Rick, it would be Shane.
He's also a cop, so
yeah. So instead of Rick being in the Saw franchise, it would be Shane. What if The Rock was in The Walking Dead? Well, I already have John Cena in The Walking Dead. So, and Jason Voorhees and a bunch of other characters. Get this. For my future, I have characters like Shrek, Stitch, Beauty and the Beast, because mainly the Beast, and just crossovers, because I love crossovers.
what if the moth in the zombie apocalypse?
So The Rock being in The Walking Dead, I never thought of that.
Don't test. Yeah, it says, what if the Mafia work?
Well, I only imagine Shrek in The Walking Dead because of how I knew he could handle monsters and people. Let me look at the comments here. I gotta, like, figure this crap out. Had a good thing going at you, son of a... No. Okay, no. No. You did not have a good thing going. You had a thing going where I thought you were a good guy, Lemonhead, but you don't call someone that and then swear. That's another thing. I'm going to start censoring this channel because, I mean, it already is censored, but you can't say stuff like that, okay? I am in no way, shape, or form anything affiliated to what you have said, and I thought you were freaking congratulating me. Like, who says that? And this Box Famf, or whatever his name is asking to say that. And no.
Don't take that risk.
Stop being mean, Lemon. What if Mark Hoffman was in The Walking Dead? I have Jigsaw being in The Walking Dead, but that's the best I can do. I can put Mark Hoffman and Amanda in The Walking Dead with Jigsaw, but other than that, I can't really... See, with Rick and Shane, it's different putting them into Saw because, basically, it just has to do with the shows being different and everything else. The reason why Simon killing Negan would be good is because Rick never gets blown up. So it's kind of like, what if Rick was there for the Whispers? Which I've done before. I felt it would have been rehashed material, which is why I haven't done a remake for that series, because it really doesn't feel like there's a need for what if Simon killed Negan. It's like I know what...
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Okay, I'm gonna ask this one time. I'm gonna ask one time for everyone on this stream. If I have not made it abundantly clear enough on my channel, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it one time. You can be on this channel. You can recommend me ideas. We can talk. We can be friends. We can build a community and talk about things. But 3 rules. Rule number 1. You talk to me nicely, I talk to you nicely. We can build, connect, and be a family. Rule number 2. Any and all bad talk stuff that Deborah Mills has said and Lemon, those guys, they are just no. They're just no. I will not accept talk like that. And rule number 3, you do not have to watch my content. You absolutely do not. So if you do not like my rules, my standards for this channel, you can leave. Did I make that clear? Do you mind if I be mad because I told you that means I was on your side and telling him to leave or not? No, I am not mad at you at all. Keep in mind, Mark, I am not mad at you. I'm mad at Lemon and Deborah for talking bad on this channel. I'm not mad at you at all. You are fine.
Yeah, you're trying to defend the channel and all that.
Are you doomed? I'm taking that means dumb, and no, and no. You're gay. Get out of here! Mod. I don't know what mod means.
Mod.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this. I need to Mark means moderator. So I'll solve this. I could hide the user on the channel. Put user in timeout. 24 hours. I'm sorry about this, but I can't necessarily get rid of anyone on the stream. And the only way to actually get rid of anyone on the channel is to block them. And I'm not ending the stream until after an hour. And I'm going to extend it past an hour because people are being very rude. What the heck? I've done so good on this channel. It's like when I hit 2 years, it's like people just turn into monsters. Whew. All right. So I have hidden pretty much all the bad people that were talking bad on this channel for 24 hours, and then I will block them permanently with every... Oh, well, I guess I didn't. Jesus. How many... Okay, I think I got rid of them. That was just... I don't want to end the stream.
That's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault.
I don't want to end the stream past an hour, and I'm going to extend it past an hour because I still want to talk a bit with my brother here, and what the heck is all I can say. Braden and
Lemon.
Mark, I know now what you meant, Mark, by making you the moderator. And the best I could say is even if you were a moderator, you could just hide the user. You can't like kick them from the channel. And that is left for me. So I'll take care of that personally. I will basically go back, and when I look at the stream and everything else, I will find their channels, block them from my channel so they can never come back here. I don't know what happened. Like, we were doing so good. How many people have been here on this channel from day one, have not seen any mean comments besides like 2, 3, and then you get to this stream after 2 years of content and we get 3, 4, 5 people asking ridiculous questions and being all like, what? Like, what happened?
No clue.
Is 2 years like the point where everything goes haywire? Like we get a bunch of jerks? Lemon just wanted a reaction. Well, he got a reaction. Maybe now he'll understand that he's getting kicked from my channel. I don't understand. I've been watching you since December, and I've only ever seen one mean comment. That's the thing. That's the thing. I've had this channel for 2 years. 2 years, and I've had millions of other YouTube channels. And one in particular, I got quite a few mean comments, but that's because of personal real-life bias, which I will not divulge into. But this, I really don't understand. Yes. Yeah, but please don't. You don't have to say that. I get you're trying to say what he is, and I agree with you, but I'd prefer not to cuss on this channel. And not to say that I want to keep it fully kid-friendly, but I don't know what happened. Like, we were, what, like 30 minutes in and stuff went haywire? We got these people asking if I was gay, if I was, like... And this Deborah Miles person asking saying these things, and I don't know. I don't know. And I understand not everybody's going to be family friendly, but can we at least talk and communicate like civil people? Is that so much to ask? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm like ranting here. But anyways, guys, I'm going to extend this to like an hour and 10 minutes, or at least like an hour and 15, because we need to get back in the YouTube platform and not like hurt our feelings and everything else. What if Lizzie joined the Saviors, or was the Governor Kid basically a remake? I have Lizzie joining the Whisperers, and honestly, I feel that's the best thing going for her. Because, think about it. Lizzie basically adored the Walkers. So, if you put it in perspective, the Whisperers were the best thing going for her. What if Rick never handcuffed Merle? Well, then it would be like my what if T-Dog never dropped the key. Merle would either be real friendly with the group, he'd try and rob the camp with Daryl, or he would have just maybe... It would have been like season 3 where it would have taken a lot of time to get him on their good side. Things went south instead of north. We were doing good until these ransoms came out of nowhere. There was about to be a roast talk here until our hero Nick blocked them and hid the user. Well, I'm going to block them. I'm only hid them for 24 hours. So they'll be back in the future to taunt us again. I don't understand what happened. So I'm going to look back at the stream, find their channels, and get rid of them forever. And if they come back on another account, well then, or people are like them, well then they'll hit the road too. I'm not tolerating like that kind of behavior on this channel. I want to talk as a community with people that will actually respect my platform and everything. What if Alpha took over a group getting a bigger armed and she had? Well, I honestly feel Alpha didn't want anything from Daryl. Because remember whenever they kidnapped Daryl and everyone before the Pike scene? Daryl asked, what do you want? And Alpha was like, nothing. You don't have a single thing to offer me. And she said the same to Rick in the comics. So I don't see her taking over any group. Negan even asked, like, when he joined Alpha, hey, maybe they should join us. And Alpha's like, they will join us as part of my horde. So Alpha would not take over a group or make them join. She just killed. She was a monster. She was the governor, but almost maybe even a lot worse. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to extend this to at least an hour and 10 because that wasted a lot of fresh time. We've had 15 ideas even while that was all going on. What if Abraham and Glenn found Oceanside instead of Heath and Tara, so Heath and Tara are at the lineup instead? See, that's the problem. Abraham was with the people in the RV. Glenn was kidnapped. So you would have to flip-flop them around, and that seems really confusing to do. But anyways, I'm going to ask you, since we've basically gone through 14 ideas since you asked me about that Ash Ketchum one, do you have any more ideas?
I have ideas about some anime I watched, but
What is it?
you would need... Here. Sword Art Online is a good one. The plot is really like... There's a new VR, people enter it, and the guy that the maker wants to do an experiment, so they trap him in the thing, and if you die, the VR poof, makes your brain just die.
Huh. Never heard of it. But that sounds interesting.
It's a pretty
What if
good-
Mark Hoffman escaped the bathroom when he got kidnapped by Dr. Gordon? Well, I can't really do that. Because whenever that happened and we got the next movie after, we didn't hear from Dr. Gordon, and Saw X, we're not going to see. It's just another prequel. We don't know what happened to Dr. Gordon or Hoffman yet. So honestly, I can't make the what if until more on it is discovered. So we're going to have to wait until they make more Saw movies. Trevor from GTA 5 versus Simon from The Walking Dead.
Who's Simon? Because I beat GTA 5.
Simon is Simon's Negan's right-hand man.
The guy who, when they're trying to get to the place, he's blocking the road.
Yeah.
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Trevor looks like him,
It's
but is a
because-
total psychopath.
Yeah, they both look similar, and they're played by the same actor.
Yeah.
So,
Trevor is...
what if Simon fought Trevor? You know what? I'll do that. I'll play that because, fought Trevor. I'll make that an actual what if. I could have made that a discussion, but I'm going to save that for a what if because that feels like it could be worth something. I know I've gave a lot of Glenn dying scenarios, but I saw someone recommend this idea on another channel, and it's a good idea. What if Glenn died instead of Dale to the Walker in season 2? Well, I don't really think that would happen because if Glenn went out to the place where Dale was, because Dale left because they were going to kill Randall, they didn't, so Dale was just basically all by himself. You would have to flip-flop the rules again, and it's kind of hard. What if the Reapers joined Alpha's group? Kind of hard to do. Never really liked Lemonade. Think it's overrated. What if Michael Franklin and Trevor from GTA joined Rick's group? Well, I don't really play the GTA games.
Oh. Okay, so for Franklin, he is here. I'll show you an image. Maybe you'll get a big.
What do you play GTA?
I beat GTA 5.
Oh, so you have the game.
What just no. Franklin from GTA 5.
You could have said Michael Franklin.
Here is some information about Franklin Clinton.
Well, yeah, I know who the guy is. It's just
Yeah, he is.
I feel like you could put them like into the Vatos gang or the Saviors.
Yeah, because
and if you did, then they'd probably just be small characters.
Yeah, because Franklin was a gangster and then he quit. Michael got put on government security because people from his old life wanted him dead. So, yeah.
Yo, I have a question, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but a genuine question. Are you autistic? I will not take offense to that entirely because I do have a small spectrum of autism, but it's only a small spectrum. And it took me until I was in 9th or 10th grade, and then I was told, and it's never really affected me. It's just a small spectrum. What if Batman trained Morgan instead of Eastman? You know what? That's really funny because if you think about it, Eastman is essentially like Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, and we've seen that those universes are connected, but like, because we have a Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And yeah, I think I could do that. We could see Morgan throwing like friggin' batarangs and everything. But I don't think Batman would die to a walker. So we'd have Batman in the group. I put off Batman joining The Walking Dead, but that actually makes it so I could make it happen. See, why don't I think of these? Thoughts on the Yandere Dev situation?
Who?
I think I've heard something like that situation.
Googling it. I don't have
It's just, I'm not sure.
Yonder Dev situation.
What if Adam killed Dr. Gordon in Saw 1? Well, someone just, I think it was you. What if Dr. Gordon died instead of Adam? And I can include that there.
Oh, it's a game.
I've never played it.
Yeah, I can't find any.
Who's your favorite YouTuber? I really see that's kind of hard for me. Because I have a lot of people that I'm subscribed to. I think the main ones are like what if YouTubers. Not to say that that should come as any surprise, judging the freaking factoids of this channel. But really, I don't have any specifics.
Need to check.
What if Rick was an army of The Walking Dead? I went through a little of that movie and then I quit because it just did not seem interesting. Zombieland is the only other like zombie franchise and then Day of the Dead Bloodline that I actually enjoy besides The Walking Dead.
For my favorite YouTuber, other than my brother here, I'd say Rainimator. He makes Minecraft. He grabs songs and makes a little story of Minecraft with it.
All right, so we have 17 ideas here, and you already kind of stated ones that you've said there. Well, this pen's like kind of dead. Oh, maybe it's not. I got it. We're done here pretty much anyway. We are in. What if I'll do one more? What if Daryl and Rosita were never captured, so Rosita and Daryl aren't at the lineup? Well, like I said, that wouldn't change anything because it just means that they would probably instigate the saviors whenever they're getting blocked off. Well, they were already shooting at them when Daryl and Rosita weren't there, but I don't think it would have really changed anything.
Well, Daryl was the one who made Glenn because punch him.
And then I'll wait for Mark Hoffman to do one more, and then that's it for the stream. Just to point that out there. Because I think he was about to do one more. Wait a minute. Okay. So we are an hour and 11 minutes in. I extended the stream, which I've done before. Like my third or second Q&A had like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. So not a first for me. But the only reason that I extended it truly this time, what if Eric Matthews was never kidnapped by Amanda? Then well, I think that I'll write that down. Never got kidnapped by Amanda. Just got real quiet.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were writing, and I didn't know what to.
But anyways, guys, what if the Commonwealth found Rick? Well, then he would have basically been found a lot earlier, and the spinoffs probably might have never happened. That's all I can say. But okay, so we're closing the stream now. The only reason that I extended it past what it normally is, like just an hour, even though it's just a bit over an hour, it doesn't matter. But the only reason that I extended it over an hour is because of the 4, 5, 6 people that we got in 30 minutes into the stream. And like I said before, once I get out of the stream and it uploads and everything, I change the thing to public. I'm basically going to look through the comments and block them off my channel forever because I don't understand what happened. But yeah. Hey man, before you end the stream, I just want to say I really, for FW, the what if stories, they're fire, and I'm glad you do them. I don't know anyone else doing stuff like this. Well, there are plenty of people doing stuff like this. I just look outside of the box for my what ifs. I go into what ifs that people won't do, people that won't think out, like really think into detail. And not to say that there aren't people that do. I'm not judging them. I'm saying that like ideas that people will not go further into, will never think of. By the way, my favorite series you've done was the Maggie killing, or the Negan killing Maggie was my favorite one you've done. Was that you mean the first video or the remake? Because I feel like you're talking about the remake. I just want to specify. Okay. But thank you. I definitely appreciate you guys for that. I don't know what happened in 30 minutes in. I honestly don't. It's like every Satanist and their mom decided, hey, you know what would be a good idea? How about we jump on Nick's Topics channel and say all this random crap and then go ahead and make life just miserable for Nick. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the stream right here. For ideas that you have yet to comment, since the stream is now officially over because I'm past my runtime, I only extended it because of those jerks. Feel free to recommend any ideas that you weren't able to in the comments down below, or in the stream or in the comments of this stream. Anywhere on the channel is fine. I will look at any and all ideas. Like always, nothing's changing. And I will look at the people on this stream and get rid of the jerks that were here earlier. Trust me, I will find them. I have my ways. I just have that much free time. But if you didn't have any ideas you weren't able to get in the stream, tell me in the comments. And with that said, do you have anything to add?
No.
All right, we have 18 ideas down for the channel, many of them Jigsaw ideas. One Pokemon, few Walking Dead, some crossovers. But I greatly appreciate you guys for the stream. Thank you guys for having my back against those other guys. And with that said, yeah, I'll see you guys Monday with future content, because not going anywhere, obviously. And you might not see him again in like a lot of my videos. You might in the future. It's just like a waiting game, honestly. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.